This is Matt Dietz, and this is Agency Launch. This is the show where I talk about what's like to run an insurance agency. We talk about staffing and marketing and sales and retention and everything that you need to know to make it. If you can do those four things really well, you will be successful. Now, if you want a little bit of help with that, send me a text. I have a massive resource of free stuff that I've curated over the years with experts that I really trust. So there's podcasts and YouTube channels, and there's free downloadable assets and all kinds of stuff in there. So send me a text with the word free to 208-213-8809, and I'll hook you up. All right. So today I wanted to talk about life insurance because I'm working with agents. I coach them, as you know. And we all struggle to sell life insurance, okay? And it's because we struggle to get into the conversation. If you don't ask for life insurance policies, which many agents don't, it's very predictable on how much life insurance you're going to sell, because you can look and see how much life insurance have you sold this year. That will tell you. Now, if you don't ask for life insurance, or you don't have a system in place to get life insurance, your life numbers show you how much life you're going to write. Single digits, right? People do not ask us for life insurance. Why? Because they don't know you sell it, right? We're not asking for it. People don't call you for life insurance. I need a quote on auto. I need a quote on home. No one's calling, hey, I need a quote on life insurance. You know, why is that? You have to generate the conversation. Okay, so here's one way you can do it. And if you do this and you teach your team to do this, you will lead your state in life insurance sales. Okay? All right, so it's simple. With every quote that leaves your agency, every single quote, if you can build this system and you can be diligent about it, and you can build this habit with every quote, whether it's a household, a home and two autos, whether it's an ATV, whether it's a monoline policy, whether they're 66 years old, doesn't matter. You include a 10-year, $150,000 life insurance quote term. Okay? You put it in there. You default to that. You put it in with every quote that you do. I would ask you this. How many quotes do you do in a week? I run this exercise with some of my agents. How many quotes do you do in a week? And they're like, oh, 25 households a week. Great. How many is that in a month? 100. Great. How many life quotes did you send out last month? And they're like, 2. Wouldn't you rather send out 100 life quotes? Okay, now when you send out 100 life quotes to people who are not suspecting it, a number of things will happen, okay? There are a percentage of people that are going to be like, yeah, add that in there. I want that life policy. It's not a big number, but you might get 1 or 2, okay? That you wouldn't get if you didn't do this, okay? Now, or you're going to have people that will just blow through it or whatever. You need to bring it up in the conversation. So how do you do that? Okay. You go through your home, you go through your auto quotes. Say, hey, you may notice I added a life insurance quote. It's our agency practice to include a life insurance quote with every quote that we send out because it's the most important policy that we offer. And we want to make sure that our prospects and clients are covered properly. So where do you have your life insurance? And you know how to have this conversation, right? Where do you have your life insurance? That's the question that you want to lead off with. Where do you have your life insurance? And you probably know how to respond based on the 3 answers that you get, right? Oh, I have it through work. Okay. You know how to handle that. If you don't, I have a podcast on that. Okay. Oh, I have it through work. Okay. Or, I have a policy. What's the follow-up to that? Do you have enough? I don't know. What's enough? And this is the conversation that you're seeking. Them asking you questions because you've positioned yourself to be the expert. Now, I don't want you selling fistfuls of 10-year, $150,000 policies. That's not what this is for. This is to enter the conversation, okay? So add a life quote to everything that you do, everything that goes out. Okay, and have the conversation. Don't just leave it there. Make sure you bring it up Say, where do you have your life insurance? Just ask the question. You'll send out 100 quotes a month, 1,200 a year. If you get 10% lows, that's 120 policies. Well, I mean, what if you don't get the home and auto and you end up getting the life? That will happen too. That's a nice little kicker, nice little consolation prize. You know, these quotes on the home and auto aren't so great, but actually we do need life insurance. Like that's going to happen. Okay. So build this habit. Now, as an agency owner, you have to make sure that this is happening. You can make this a thing that, hey, with every quote that goes out, I need to make sure that a life quote goes out. Okay. But like your team isn't going to do it. Okay. You have to make them do it. So what you do is when you're building this habit at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day, you can say, hey, how many quotes did you do yesterday? I'd be like, hey man, I did 4 yesterday. Awesome. How many did you add life quotes in? And when you're starting to build this habit, they're going to be, oh man, I didn't do any. All right, cool. Well, here's how I want you to start today. Okay. I want you to send out those 4 life quotes, the quotes that you did yesterday. I want you to call them back and say, you know what? I totally spaced it yesterday. I forgot to attach this $150,000 10-year life quote to your proposal. I just want to make sure you got it, okay? And we'll talk about it when you're ready. So this is how we hold our teams accountable, okay? Make them go back and do it because your team will be like, oh, he's serious. He does want me to do this. You know, or at the end of the day, how many quotes did you do today? 3. Cool. Did you add the life? No. Before you leave, I need to send those out. So build a habit. Life quotes are very easy to create. They're very easy to include, and you will get your reps in on how to have these conversations quickly too. You want to be trained up on how to have these conversations. Have 50 of them in a month. Okay. You'll be much better at handling objections. You will be smoother. You will help people figure out what the right face amount is, and you will write more life insurance. Okay. Add a life quote to everything that you do. If you do that and everyone in your office does that, well, if there's 3 or 4 of you and you're each sending out 100 quotes a month, right? That's 300 or 400 life quotes. You wonder why you're not selling life insurance. This is why, because you're not getting into the conversation. This is an easy, like frictionless way to get into this conversation. So start doing that and you'll start selling more life insurance. Okay. My name is Matt. This is Agency Launch. You can find me all over the place. I'm very active on LinkedIn. I'm on Threads and Instagram at Deets Agency. Also, you can send me an email at matt.deets@agencylaunch.net. Don't forget to send me a text at 208-213-8809 with the word free. I'll send you some free stuff, and we'll go from there. Thank you so much for listening. Keep up the good work.
Anyway, on the fireflies. Anyway,